You did the work. You got on the roof, found real damage, took the measurements, built the scope, and sent the supplement to the carrier. Then the response came back. Denied. Or maybe they approved a few items and cut everything else. Maybe the new number barely covers the materials. Never mind the labor it takes to do the job right. Either way, you're left wondering, what happened? And when the job is moving, that answer can put your whole schedule on hold. If you've been there, you're definitely not alone. But before we get into why it happens, let's clear up one important distinction. A denied claim, a partially approved claim, and a rejected supplement item are three different things. They can happen for different reasons, and they don't always have the same solution. You'll hear dramatic denial statistics online, but there isn't a reliable national number showing that 4 out of 10 roofing supplements get denied. What we can identify are recurring problems behind delays, reductions, and rejections. Today, I'm breaking down 4 major trouble spots, how to strengthen your file, and what to do after the answer comes back no. This matters because missed items affect the job. As prices move, incomplete scope can eat into your margin or leave the homeowner with an unexpected funding problem. A supplement should never inflate a claim. Its job is to document work that was missed, measured wrong, priced wrong, or discovered later. Reason number 1. The paperwork doesn't prove what you saw. This is common and preventable. Maybe the photo is blurry, the measurement is incomplete, or you sent a close-up without a wide shot establishing location. Maybe the estimate lists an item but never explains why it's needed. Hidden conditions are where this happens all the time. Maybe tear-off reveals a second shingle layer. Maybe decking that looked fine from the attic turns out soft, or exposed flashing is damaged and can't be reused. The original adjuster may not have seen it. Your production documentation has to tell the story. As soon as the condition is exposed, document it before it's covered or hauled away. Take a wide photo for location, a medium shot for the surrounding assembly, and a close-up showing the condition. If quantity or scale matters, put a tape measure, chalk mark, or another clear reference in the photo. Don't dump 50 random pictures into an email and expect the reviewer to solve the puzzle. Organize and label them. Connect every photo to the right slope, elevation, room, or line item. Add measurements, a short explanation, and supporting invoices when relevant. The desk reviewer wasn't standing on that roof with you. The file may be all they have. If it doesn't show what you found, where it was, how much is affected, and why it relates to the loss, they may request more information or decline the item. Good documentation doesn't guarantee payment. Nothing does. But it gives every legitimate item a much clearer basis for review and cuts down on avoidable back and forth. Reason number 2, your estimate is hard to compare with the carrier's estimate. Xactimate is widely used in property insurance to organize categories, selectors, quantities, and local pricing. That doesn't mean every carrier requires it or that another estimate is automatically invalid. The advantage is a familiar line-by-line format for comparing your scope with theirs. Each item needs the right category and selector, quantity, unit, current local pricing, and a note when it doesn't explain itself. Photos, measurements, invoices, and reports should connect directly to the item they support. But here's the catch. Xactimate isn't magic. If the quantity is wrong, the price list is outdated, an item appears twice, or the selector doesn't match the work, the reviewer has a legitimate reason to question it. The software doesn't replace construction knowledge, and an Xactimate code doesn't prove coverage. It's simply a structured way to describe and price the work. The goal isn't to ask for more, it's to present legitimate scope in a format the reviewer can follow without guessing. Reason number 3, you say code requires it, but you don't show the code. Contractors see this with drip edge, ice and water protection, ventilation, fastening, and other components. You may be right that the installation requires it, but a note saying required by code isn't enough. Identify the code edition adopted by the local authority and check for amendments. Make sure the section applies to that property, roof assembly, and type of work. Cite the exact section and connect it to the requested line item. Include relevant building department instructions, permit notes, or inspection requirements. And here's the part you need to explain carefully to the homeowner. Code required does not automatically mean policy covered. The building department can require the work while the insurance policy handles the additional cost according to its own terms, endorsements, limits, and applicable law. Document what the code requires, why it applies, and what the work costs. Don't promise that a citation guarantees approval. Submit the item for review, and let the policy and claim process determine coverage. Reason number 4. The carrier disagrees about what caused the condition or whether it's functional damage. This is different from forgetting a photo or entering the wrong quantity. Now you have an actual dispute. The carrier may call it cosmetic, wear and tear, deterioration, installation damage, or something that predates the storm. You may believe hail or wind caused it and affected the roof's function or repairability. A supplement by itself can't settle every causation dispute. What it can do is build a stronger factual record. Use clear, dated photos. Identify the slopes and components. Preserve relevant materials when appropriate, and include manufacturer information, weather documentation, or a qualified expert report when needed. Avoid saying, "The whole roof is storm damaged," without showing how you got there. Explain what you observed, where you saw it, and how it affects the system. Separate observations from opinions, and never promise coverage. None of this guarantees the carrier will agree. It does give the reviewer a complete, supportable file instead of a one-line request that's easy to dismiss. So, what do you do if the supplement has already been denied or reduced? First, read the carrier's response carefully. Don't just hit resend and send the exact same estimate with the exact same photos. Treat the response like a punch list. What, specifically, did they object to? Was the item unrelated to the loss? Was the quantity unsupported or a photo missing? Did they request an invoice, code citation, measurement, or explanation? Is the issue price, scope, coverage, or causation? Once you know the objection, answer that objection, send targeted documentation, correct any real estimating mistakes. If the response is vague, ask for clarification instead of guessing. A reinspection may help when the condition needs to be seen in person. If something new is exposed during production, document it and notify the appropriate claim contact before the work conceals the evidence, when practical. If the disagreement concerns the amount of loss, the homeowner can check whether the policy and state procedures allow appraisal. Appraisal commonly addresses the amount or value, not necessarily coverage or causation. Depending on the issue and state, other options may include carrier escalation, the state insurance department, a licensed public adjuster, or legal advice. Contractors also need to stay in their lane. You can document damage, prepare estimates, explain construction requirements, and support scope. Interpreting coverage or negotiating for the homeowner may require a license. Here's the pattern underneath all 4 reasons. Many preventable supplement disputes come down to a gap between what happened on the property and what the file actually proves. Closing that gap doesn't create coverage, it doesn't remove the deductible, and it doesn't guarantee approval. What it does is give every legitimate item a fair, organized, and supportable basis for carrier review. Before you submit your next supplement, ask yourself 5 questions. Can the reviewer clearly see the condition? Can they verify the quantity? Does the estimate accurately describe the work? Is every code-related item tied to a requirement that was actually adopted and applies to this project? And does every photo, report, invoice, and attachment have an obvious connection to the item it supports? If any answer is no, the file isn't ready yet. If this breakdown helped, subscribe to the channel. Every week, we break down roofing insurance, estimating, and supplements without pretending that better paperwork can override the policy. And that documentation gap is exactly why American Roof Supplements exists. We prepare residential Xactimate estimates and supplements with accurate measurements, organized photos, detailed notes, and applicable code citations. We support normal hail and wind-related work involving roofing, siding, gutters, downspouts, air conditioning systems, garage doors, fencing, solar panels, soffit, fascia, ceiling stains, interior damage, tree limb damage, and related property components. If you've never worked with us before, your first estimate or supplement is free. There's no monthly fee and no minimum number of jobs. After that, a residential Xactimate estimate prepared before the adjuster meeting is $50. If we prepare that estimate and the job is approved, the follow-up supplement is $100. A standalone supplement is $150. Every job comes with our 72-hour turnaround guarantee, excluding Sundays and major holidays, or the service is free. Reasonable revisions are included at no extra charge. To get started, use the booking widget on our website. We'll review the claim information, tell you exactly what we need, and walk you through what happens next. If you're a newer contractor, the support doesn't stop with the estimate. During your first 5 claims, call us before speaking with the insurance company. We'll help you prepare, organize the file, and understand what the carrier may ask for. Stop losing margin to paperwork that can't support the scope. Build the evidence, organize the estimate, answer the carrier's actual questions, and give every legitimate item its strongest opportunity for review. When you're ready, American Roof Supplements is here to help you build a complete, review-ready supplement.